so today I am finally making the video on how I dyed my hair red, but still in the viewfinder it doesn't look as red as it is. This is getting really annoying, and I'm actually starting to get afraid that you guys might not be able to see how red my hair actually is. I'm filming in with natural lighting. I don't know what is wrong, but you just cannot tell how red that it really is. But anyways, I will have pictures and stuff, everything on my blog. I have already created the whole blog post on how I dyed my hair like this with specific pictures of all of the products that I used, everything. So if you don't want to sit through this video of me talking about what I did, just go ahead and read the blog post. I will have it linked down below. Okay, so I have been wanting to dye my hair for a very long time, and I have had my hair red a few times in the past. I would always get highlights, and then when I got sick of the highlights, I would just dye my hair red to get rid of them. And yeah, but it was always out of a box from the drugstore, and I was never pleased with how it turned out because it was from a box. And I've always heard that drugstore hair dye, from the box and stuff, is really bad for your hair. I've never actually done research on it myself, but I have heard that it is very bad for your hair. A couple nights ago, I was doing so much homework on watching videos, reading blogs, all that type of stuff to figure out how I wanted to dye my hair, and finally I came up with the perfect plan. So that night I wrote down everything that I was going to need and everything that I needed to do on this piece of paper, and then I went to the store the next day, bought everything that I needed, and then dyed my hair. So everything that I purchased from Sally's, and I did not need a professional card or anything. This wasn't very expensive or anything. So first I'm going to go over everything that I purchased, and then I'm going to tell you what I did. Now, I said in my last video, I didn't actually film myself dyeing my hair because it was such a stressful process, and I actually had my mom help me a little bit in the back just to make sure that I got everything. So next time if I do this again, I will definitely film it now that I know what I'm doing, but I just wanted to make sure because it was the first time that I was actually dyeing my hair like that. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything right and stuff. The first thing that I bought, which would be the most important thing, was the hair dye. Now, I got the L'Oreal High Color Highlights for dark hair only, in the shade red, obviously. And I got 2 of these because I did it twice. Now, one little 1.2 ounce thingy got my whole head. It was just enough. And my hair is this long, and it's pretty thin, so if you have thicker, longer hair, I would definitely suggest getting 2 and just doubling up developer. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to want to get is some type of 30 volume developer. This, you do not need to put bleach on your hair before, you do not need to lighten your hair or anything, but there is bleach in here. There isn't this huge amount of bleach that's going to kill your hair, because my hair is not damaged at all, but you need developer to activate the bleach because it kind of lightens your hair as it dyes it. Make sure it's 30 volume developer, no more. I've heard that 40 and up just completely fries your hair, so I recommend 30, and mine was from L'Oreal. The next 2 things you're going to need is obviously a little bowl and a tinting brush. I got mine from Sally's. Then you're just going to want some gloves, and mine, I just bought a little pack of gloves for $3. Nothing too special. And then another important thing is, if you're planning on keeping your hair red for a while, you're gonna want some kind of color depositing shampoo. I got the Riveting Reds shampoo, and they were completely out of the conditioner and any other color depositing conditioner. It's really upsetting, but I think that they said today they were getting more in stock, so I'm probably going to go get the conditioner sometime soon. And then the very last thing that I got is the Beyond the Zone Color Jam 2 in Wild Red, and I did not use this when I dyed my hair this time. I'm going to use this for when my red starts to fade and just to touch it up. Okay, so now that I've told you everything that you're going to need, I'm going to explain what I did. You're going to mix 1 part dye, which is 1.2 ounce, which is this whole thing, and you're going to put it in your mixing bowl, and you're going to mix it with 2.4 ounces of this developer. And okay, I must be the dumbest person alive, but I was having so much trouble figuring out 2.4 ounces because everything that I had measured in milliliters and not ounces, and then I had to convert them and figure out 0.4. Why can't it just be 0.5? I don't understand, but I had to measure 2.4 ounces. It was very difficult, very frustrating, but I finally got it. And then you're just going to mix it together really, really well. You want to make sure that there are no chunks whatsoever in your mixing bowl of dye, and you want to make sure it's just like a pasty. You don't want anything too liquidy. It's going to be like a red paste. And then when you're actually applying it to your hair, I recommend sectioning off and then working with very small amounts of hair. Just to make sure that you get everything, because especially with red or something that's completely dramatically different than the rest of your hair color, if you miss a lot, it's going to be noticeable. It's not going to be cute if you have red and brown splotchy hair, so I recommend working in small sections, working your way up. And I also want to say, don't start caking your hair with the hair dye. Apply like a generous amount, but not too much. Make sure you save some for the rest of your head. You want to start at the ends of your hair and work up. I'm pretty sure you've heard a lot of people say this if you watch hair dyeing videos like frequently. The top of your hair, your roots, are virgin hair. If you don't dye your hair a lot, then you have a lot of virgin hair up here that's never been dyed before, so it's going to take to the color faster, and they're going to appear more vibrant. And as you can see, mine kind of do appear like a little bit more red than the rest of my hair, but I kind of like that. I don't know why, but I just do. But if you like all of your hair to be exactly the same tone, work from the bottom and start up so that your hair all takes to this color like the same amount, you know? You want to let your color set for 30 minutes to an hour depending on how dark your hair is. Now I let it set for an hour, and then the next day I did the same process again 24 hours later, and that time I let it set for about 45 minutes because I didn't need the color to be as strong as it was the first time. When rinsing it out, you want to rinse it in cool water only. You can also apply like some type of hair mask after, but that's optional. I did not because I really wanted to like see what my hair looked like when it was red, so I was like too impatient. You want to let your hair air dry to prevent any further damage, but I actually, was so excited that I just like blow dried my hair a little bit just to see what the color looked like when it was dry and everything, just because I am a really impatient person. And then if you are satisfied with the color of your hair and how it turned out the first time, then you don't have to do it again. But I, like I said, did it again because my hair was kind of dark and there was still a couple brown spots like in this area, and I did not like that, so that's why I bought 2 tubes and did it again 24 hours later. And then in about 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, once my hair starts to really fade, I'm going to touch it up with this. I would not recommend always dyeing your hair with this. Like, if your hair fades, don't re-dye it with this because this, like I said, does have bleach in it. Once your hair starts to fade and you don't feel like dyeing it again, it's going to leave you with this like probably like coppery, brassy color because there is bleach in it. So if you have darker hair, just touch it up with like Manic Panic or Beyond the Zone, something that's just a hair dye and doesn't have bleach in it. So I'm saying this in the video, and I already wrote this on my blog. If you have any hesitations about dyeing your hair at all, if you don't think that you can completely do it by yourself and you know that you can't get help from someone else, I would recommend going to like a hair stylist, a professional, a cosmetologist, or someone that you know who can do hair. Especially when you're working with bleach and stuff. I really don't want any of you to ruin your hair because of what I'm telling you. So like I said, if you feel like you have any hesitations at all, go to a professional and have this done. I guarantee you can achieve the same results, but it'll just be a little bit more expensive. And here are a few tips on helping your hair stay red longer and just keeping your hair, red. You want to limit the amount of hair washing, and when you wash your hair, make sure you only use a cool to cold temperature. And like I said, you want to use a color depositing shampoo and conditioner to kind of refresh your hair every time you wash it. So yes, that was pretty much how I dyed my hair and all my tips that I have for you. If you have any questions, I will answer them all. You can comment on my blog, tweet me, message me on Facebook, comment down below, message me here on YouTube, anything. I will answer any of your questions because I don't want you guys to mess up your hair. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in my next video, and yeah, bye!